welcome to our channel. Thank you for subscribing, and we love you so much.
All right, so this is almost 8 pounds of pork butt, and Chris is going to be cutting half of it into cubes for Carnitas style, and half of it we're gonna do more like a pork roast style. So you're gonna need your pork roast. If you're doing the Carnitas style, you're gonna cut it into 2-inch sections. The other ingredients you're going to need is obviously your Instapot, but you're going to need paprika or smoked paprika, a little apple cider vinegar, lime, orange juice or the juice of 2 oranges, garlic salt, oregano, coriander, cumin, and we're using tahini because we don't have any chili powder. Well, I don't have chili powder. And yeah, so we're going to get this started. And we're not using onion because I can't eat it. So yeah. So Chris is cutting up the meat, and while he does that, we're gonna go over and start our spice blend. What he's gonna do is trim some of this excess fat off, and he's gonna end up putting it in the Instapot. I just put some oil at the bottom of it just to coat. All right, so we're gonna start our little seasoning blend here, and we're gonna start with about a tablespoon of this garlic salt. Y'all know I don't measure correctly, so there we go. 1 tablespoon of cumin. Okay, cumin is what Chris says it's called. Teaspoon of this, which is the dried coriander. Teaspoon or more of the smoked paprika or regular paprika, which is what we're using. Some oregano to taste. I'm doing about a tablespoon with that. And then the tahini is obviously to taste, and we're gonna do about a tablespoon of that. And we're gonna mix this all together. And then what we need to do is get brown sugar, because we need brown sugar. And Chris didn't allow me to use my fake brown sugar, so we have to use this brown sugar. Otherwise I use fake brown sugar. As y'all probably already know. Okay. About a tablespoon of brown sugar, if I can squeeze it out of there. This is to taste because you do have some spicier ingredients in there. So you don't have, you can use more or less. We'll probably just kind of go by eye here. All right, so there's our spice blend. Doesn't it look awesome? All right, so what we need to do next is we need to take some of our spice rub and put it onto our meat. So what Chris is gonna do is he's gonna stop cutting and rub this in because he has meat hands already, and you know how I am with meat versus dry hands. So he's just gonna mix that around because you want the spices to be on there. It smells good already. Okay, and then he can dump it into the Instant Pot. Oh, if I could reach it. Okay, with oil at the bottom. Oh, you know what? It's not even, the light's on it. So we've actually decided we're gonna use the whole thing because Chris is cutting up about 2 pounds of just fat and there was a bone. So you're just gonna cut up the whole thing. And we're probably gonna put just a little bit more spice into the Instapot. But you guys just follow the directions they gave you to make that spice rub and just use to your discretion, I guess.
Recipes are subjective.
Yes, you can make it any way you want to.
They're not the Bible. Not that we follow the Bible word by word either.
So yeah, once he's done cutting that all up, I'll show you how we're gonna squeeze the oranges and lime onto the meat that's in the Instapot. And all we're gonna do is cut it up and keep rubbing it with the rub that we made.
We're gonna rub it.
We're gonna rub it. All right, see you guys soon. All right, so we have about 6 pounds of the pork butt in there. And what we're gonna do is, so apple cider vinegar makes it more tender. So we're just gonna do a couple tablespoons of that. We're gonna squeeze our oranges, and then we're gonna lay them down like that. So squeeze oranges and lay them down. Lime juice, we actually have limes, but we want to use them for tequila shots later. So we're just gonna do lime juice. And we're just gonna use all of mine because it's almost done anyway. It's probably about a tablespoon or more. Otherwise you leave the rind down too for that. And since we have mandarin oranges, I'm actually using 4. Because the recipe that we're kind of using is, well, making it our own, of course, asks for 2 whole limes. 2 whole oranges. So we're just gonna do this. And we are making this because we're having a party today and friends are coming over, so we figured we'd have some tequila and make some pork. Oh, well, I have plenty. Oh, you put a nice dent into your crown.
I did.
So, yep. And then how we're gonna cook this, excuse me. Okay, put your lid on. Vent sealed. We're gonna do manual high pressure on more for 40 minutes on this one. Okay, it's gonna take probably 5 to 10 minutes to come up to pressure, and then 40 more minutes, and then it's just gonna cook. And then when it's done, I will show you. You're gonna quick release it. Okay, bye. Right, Chris, open it. Oh, that looks so good. So now what we're gonna do is we let it natural pressure release for 15 minutes while Chris went over it, but that's okay. It's just gonna be more tender. And now we're gonna take it out and put it in our pan, and we're gonna broil it for 5 minutes. You might want to put the lid on the other side.
Oh yeah, I put it on fast. Oh Jesus.
It's gonna be super tender.
Yeah.
Maybe a slotted spoon or something like that.
Oops.
Yum, look at that. Here, take a nice scoop and show 'em. Look at that.
I wonder how this is gonna taste with all the citrus and then barbecue sauce.
We don't have to put barbecue sauce on it. So yeah, put it in this pan. Once they're in the pan, you're gonna broil it for 5 minutes and then we'll check it out. Okay, everybody, so that they're done broiling for about 5 minutes, and then you see how they're nice and crispy. Excuse me. So now what Chris is gonna do is we're gonna start shredding it. He's probably, oh, look at how tender these are, you guys. Just look at that. I'll let Chris show you, so he's better at this than me. Oh, it's so tender. Did you try a little bit first?
No, I'm sure it's hot as all heck.
Well, it is. So yep, we're gonna shred it up, and then when it's shredded all up, we'll show you what it looks like. Guys, so we're actually adding some salt because it is a little bit bland, like very bland. You can definitely taste the citrus notes, but we didn't use any kind of beef broth or anything, so we're gonna salt it just to taste, and pepper.
A lot of meat here, so this may look like a lot, but it's really not.
But it tastes good. Super good. And we're gonna probably use some barbecue sauce. I'm not gonna use barbecue sauce because I can't eat it, but I'll use probably some stone ground mustard or something. Yum. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put it back in the Instapot because it has a keep warm function, and we're gonna keep it in there kind of like a slow cooker if I don't get my foot stabbed off. So that's what it looks like, you guys. I hope you liked our makeshift recipe here that we were inspired by the link in the description. And if you guys like, give us a big fat thumbs up. Thank you.